Welcome back to the morning news on Local 6. It is 6:22 a.m. and I love this segment. Leanne Ellington is back and you have some very interesting props for us this morning.
Yes, you know, we've talked about it before and I actually brought visuals today.
Okay.
Sitting here in my hands, I have a pound of muscle and a pound of fat. And you can see that the pound of fat just takes up a lot more room. If you could touch it, it's a lot squishier. It's not as lean and tight as that pound of muscle. And you know, if I could give everybody one tip that would really change their lives.
Wait a minute, drum roll, wait for
Let's get ready for it, guys.
One tip that will change your life.
It would be to pick up a weight, resistance train, do some sort of weight-bearing exercise, because that's the only way to build muscle. And as you can see, you know, the scale's not going to tell you what you have on you, whether it's muscle, whether it's fat. It only tells you mass. So you might be gaining muscle, you might be losing fat, you might be doing the opposite. But you can tell that when you have muscle on your body, it's going to take up less space. It's going to be tighter. It's going to be more toned. So basically, you want to make sure that you're doing whatever you can to build muscle. And the only way to do that is through resistance training. Cardio alone doesn't build muscle mass.
Leanne Ellington, I have a question for you.
Yes.
When you do the body fat test, and let's say for a man your body fat is somewhere around 10% or something like that, how do you know how much the other stuff takes up? Like how much is bone, how much is water?
Yeah. Basically, once you get your body fat percentage, you can then figure out how much body fat you have in pounds of fat and how much lean body mass you have. And everything's kind of grouped into it's basically fat mass and then lean body mass, muscle mass, and tissue. Basically, they kind of group it together, and that's how you figure out your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, how many calories you're burning as an individual during rest. So there's no real, there's ways to take body fat that are more accurate than others, but basically the thing that is, you know, relevant across the board is consistency. You know, in terms of figuring out what is what, you're not going to know 100% to the T what your body fat is. Exactly, because there's different indicators, but they have percentages of error. But what is 100% accurate is in terms of this is what it is today, this is what it is 6 weeks from now, and we can measure the change. So you can figure out approximately how much of your body is lean body mass, tissue, all that good stuff, and what's burning calories and how many you're actually burning as an individual.
And you talked about resistance training to build muscle, but you also have to do some, we have about 20 seconds though, you also have to do a lot of cardio if you want to burn the fat.
Exactly, and more efficient cardio, high intensity intervals, something like a 20-second interval followed by a 20-second rest, or a 35-second interval followed by a 20-second rest. The shorter your rest, the higher your intensity is going to go, and you know that might only last you 15 minutes, but it's going to put your body in fat burning mode for 24 to 48 hours after you're done working out.
Leanne Ellington, always good advice. Resistance training, that's the ultimate tip for the new year.
It'll change your life. It will.
It's time for those New Year's resolutions, people.
Absolutely.
All right, Leanne, thank you.